the camera clicks on. Heavy breathing. A pause that feels like forever. You think you know betrayal? You think you've seen chaos? Brothers, sisters, what went down on Monday Night Raw wasn't just another segment. It was a calculated dismantling of trust, friendship, and brotherhood orchestrated by the most dangerous mind in professional wrestling. And tonight, I'm going to show you exactly how Paul Heyman pulled the strings that turned two unstoppable forces into enemies. This isn't speculation. This is truth. And by the time we reach the end of this video, you're going to see the wrestling business in a completely different light. Deep breath before we dive into this madness. I need you to do something for me. If you're watching this right now and you haven't subscribed to SLAMZONE, I'm asking you from the heart, join this family. We're building something special here. Real wrestling fans who want the truth, who crave the details that everyone else misses. Hit that subscribe button, smash the notification bell, because what we're about to uncover tonight needs to be shared. Comment below and let me know if you saw this coming, because honestly, when the pieces finally clicked for me, my entire body went cold. This is bigger than we thought. The arena lights are blazing. Monday Night Raw. The electricity in that building could power an entire city. You can smell the anticipation, taste the tension hanging in the air like thick smoke. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, two absolute monsters of men, stand side by side in that ring. These aren't just wrestlers. These are destroyers. Reed, the colossal powerhouse from Australia who moves like a freight train covered in barbed wire. Breaker, the second-generation phenom with the Steiner bloodline coursing through his veins, carrying legacy like a crown made of steel. Together, they've been unstoppable. Tag team chemistry that made veteran teams look like amateurs. A bond forged in battle, strengthened through victory after victory. The crowd is on their feet. You can hear thousands of voices creating this wall of sound that shakes the very foundation of the arena. Signs waving everywhere. Kids screaming their names. Adults losing their minds because when these two enter a room, something explosive is about to happen. The camera zooms in on their faces. Reed, stoic, focused, eyes like dark tunnels leading to pure violence. Breaker, intensity radiating from every muscle fiber, jaw clenched, that signature intensity that reminds you exactly whose nephew he is. They're talking. You can't hear everything over the noise, but you can see it. Body language. The slight tension in Reed's shoulders. The way Breaker's hands move just a little too aggressive when he makes a point. And then he appears. Paul Heyman walks out from behind the curtain, that knowing smile creeping across his face like poison spreading through water. The special counsel. The wise man. The advocate who has manipulated champions and destroyed careers with nothing but words and strategy. He's wearing that perfect suit, phone in hand, moving with the confidence of someone who knows exactly what chess pieces are about to fall. The crowd erupts into a mixture of boos and shocked gasps because everyone knows, when Paul Heyman shows up unannounced, someone's world is about to crumble. Heyman walks down that ramp with purpose. Every step calculated. Every movement deliberate. He's not rushing. He's savoring this moment like fine wine. The microphone in his hand might as well be a loaded weapon because his words have ended friendships, sparked wars, and rewritten history. Reed and Breaker turn to face him. You can see the confusion flickering across their faces. They weren't expecting this. Nobody was expecting this. Heyman slides into the ring with that trademark smirk, and the temperature in the arena drops 10 degrees. He starts talking. Smooth. Calculated. Every syllable dripping with hidden meaning. He congratulates them on their recent victories. Praises their dominance. Talks about how the WWE Universe has watched them become one of the most formidable tandems in Monday Night Raw history. Reed nods slowly. Breaker's eyes narrow. They're listening, but something feels off. The crowd senses it too. That uncomfortable silence between the cheers, like everyone's holding their breath waiting for the trapdoor to open. Then Heyman does what he does best. He plants the seed. He mentions, casually, almost like an afterthought, how impressive it is that Bronson Reed has been carrying so much of the workload lately. The victories, the big moments, the devastating tsunamis that have flattened opponents. He says it with admiration, but there's this subtle twist in his tone, like he's highlighting something that should have been obvious all along. The camera cuts to Breaker's face, and you can see it. That microsecond of reaction. The slight twitch in his jaw. The way his eyes shift toward Reed for just a fraction of a second. Doubt. It's planted. Quick as a viper strike. Reed tries to deflect. He raises his hand, attempts to speak, but Heyman isn't finished. Oh no, the wise man is just getting started. He turns his attention to Breaker now, pouring on the praise. Talking about legacy, about living up to the Steiner name, about how Braun has the potential to be not just a tag team competitor but the guy, the main event player, the future Universal Champion. He says these words while glancing back at Reed, and every single person watching understands the implication. You're better than this partnership. You're being held back. The arena is coming unglued. Half the crowd is booing Heyman, the other half is chanting for Reed and Breaker to stay together. The noise is deafening, but you can cut the tension in that ring with a knife. Reed steps forward, and for a moment, you think maybe, just maybe, he's going to shut this down. He's going to tell Heyman to take his manipulation and walk back up that ramp. His mouth opens. Words start forming, but before he can fully speak, Breaker interrupts. It's subtle at first. Just a hand on Reed's shoulder. A gesture that says I got this, but there's force behind it. There's aggression. And Reed feels it. You can see it in his eyes. That flash of hurt. That moment of, did my brother just cut me off? Breaker addresses Heyman directly, and his tone has changed. There's an edge now. A defensiveness that wasn't there 30 seconds ago. He tells Heyman they don't need his advice. They don't need outside influence, they're doing just fine. But the way he says it, the way he emphasizes I instead of we at certain points, the damage is already done. Heyman backs away slowly, hands raised in mock surrender, that smile never leaving his face. Mission accomplished. He doesn't need to stay. The bomb is armed and ticking. He exits the ring, walks backward up the ramp, never taking his eyes off the two men whose brotherhood he just poisoned. The camera stays tight on Reed and Breaker standing in that ring. They're facing each other now. Not quite confrontational, but the warmth is gone. The unity has cracks spreading through it like ice on a frozen lake. And this is where it gets heartbreaking. These two warriors, these brothers in battle who have bled together, celebrated together, conquered together, are now looking at each other through a filter of suspicion that wasn't there 5 minutes ago. Reed extends his hand for their signature handshake. The crowd is begging Breaker to take it. The please don't fight chants start echoing through the arena. Children are literally crying. This is real emotion. This is what makes professional wrestling the most powerful form of entertainment on the planet. When done right, when the storytelling connects, it doesn't matter that it's predetermined. The feelings are authentic. Breaker stares at that extended hand for what feels like an eternity. You can see the war happening behind his eyes. Trust versus ego. Friendship versus ambition. The legacy of his family name weighing on his shoulders like Atlas holding up the world. His hand starts to move. It's rising. The crowd's volume increases with every inch. They're willing him to make the right choice. To shake his partner's hand and tell Heyman to go to hell. Reed's expression is pure vulnerability in this moment. This giant of a man, this intimidating force of destruction, is showing genuine emotion. Hope mixed with fear. Please don't let this be the end. Breaker's hand gets within inches of Reed's. The anticipation is killing everyone. And then, he pulls it back. The crowd's gasp is collective, sharp, painful. It's the sound of hope dying. Breaker backs away, shaking his head, and turns his back on Bronson Reed. Literally turns his back. The ultimate sign of disrespect in wrestling. Reed's face drops. You can see his heart breaking in real time. His hands fall to his sides. For a massive intimidating man, he suddenly looks small. Vulnerable. Betrayed. Before anyone can process what's happening, we need to pause for just a second. If you're feeling this emotion, if this storytelling is hitting you the way it's hitting me right now, do me a favor and hit that like button. Subscribe to SLAMZONE if you haven't already, because this is what we do here. We break down these moments, we analyze the psychology, we appreciate the art form. Drop a comment and tell me how you would have handled Paul Heyman's manipulation. Would you have fallen for it? Could you have resisted? Share this video with your wrestling family because this conversation needs to happen. Back to the carnage. Breaker starts walking toward the ropes. He's leaving. He's actually abandoning his partner in the middle of the ring on live television. Reed calls out to him. You can hear the desperation in his voice even over the crowd noise. There's no answer. Breaker keeps walking. And then, from the entrance ramp, Paul Heyman slow claps. One person. Clapping. Mocking. Celebrating the destruction he just orchestrated. The camera cuts between 3 shots. Heyman applauding like he just watched a masterpiece performance. Breaker walking away with his head down, already second-guessing himself but too proud to turn back. And Reed, alone in that ring, fists clenched, breathing heavy, realizing that everything just changed forever. But the story doesn't end there. Because this is professional wrestling, and moments like these don't just fade away. They build. They escalate. They explode. The following week, tensions are at an all-time high. Backstage segments show Reed and Breaker unable to even be in the same hallway. When they pass each other, the air becomes thick with unspoken words and suppressed rage. Other superstars move out of the way. Nobody wants to be caught in the crossfire when these two finally collide. And you know it's coming. The collision is inevitable. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when and how devastating it will be. Social media goes insane. Wrestling fans worldwide are picking sides. Team Reed versus Team Breaker. Arguments erupt in comment sections. Video essays are made analyzing every facial expression, every gesture from that pivotal Raw segment. And through it all, Paul Heyman stays quiet. He doesn't gloat publicly. He doesn't do interviews explaining his actions, because he doesn't need to. The chaos speaks for itself. The division he created is growing like wildfire, and all he has to do is watch his handiwork unfold. Then comes the announcement. Reed vs. Breakker. 1-on-1. Next week's Monday Night Raw. The match nobody wanted to see but everyone needs to witness. Former partners, former friends, now enemies standing across the ring from each other. The promotional videos are haunting. Clips of their victories together, their celebrations, their brotherhood, all playing over somber music before cutting to their current hatred. It's beautiful storytelling. It's painful. It's exactly what makes this business so incredibly special. Match night arrives. The energy is different this time. It's not excitement. It's dread mixed with anticipation, like watching a car accident in slow motion, unable to look away despite knowing the devastation coming. Both men make their entrances separately. No shared music. No coordinated movements. Just two isolated warriors preparing for war. Reed enters first, and the crowd reaction is mixed. Some fans cheer for the big man they've always supported. Others have already chosen Breakker's side. The division extends into the audience. When Breakker's music hits, the place explodes. Love him or hate him, there's no denying the star power radiating from this man. He storms down the ramp with fury in his eyes. This isn't about championship gold. This isn't about proving he's the best. This is personal. This is about ego, pride, and proving Paul Heyman right. They stand across the ring from each other. The referee gives final instructions. Neither man is listening. They're locked in a stare that could melt steel. The bell rings. What follows is 7 minutes of pure brutality. These aren't wrestlers trying to win a match. These are angry men trying to hurt each other. Stiff strikes echo throughout the arena. Every punch sounds like a thunderclap. Every suplex shakes the ring. The crowd is on their feet for the entire match, gasping at near falls, wincing at devastating moves, feeling every ounce of emotion being poured into this contest. Reed hits a massive tsunami, Breakker's body crashes to the mat, the referee counts 1, 2, and somehow, impossibly, Breakker kicks out. The place goes absolutely ballistic. Breakker fires back with a brutal spear that nearly breaks Reed in half. Another near fall. The back and forth is relentless. Neither man will stay down. Pride won't let them. Ego won't let them. And in the crowd, visible on camera for just a moment, Paul Heyman watches from a luxury box. That same knowing smile. He created this. He's responsible for every moment of pain happening in that ring, and he's loving every second. The finish comes suddenly. A miscommunication, a missed move, and Breakker capitalizes with another spear followed by his finisher. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Braun Breakker stands victorious, arm raised, breathing hard, but there's no joy in his expression. He just defeated his brother. He looks down at Reed lying on the mat, and for just a second, you see regret flash across his face. What have we done? But the moment passes. He exits the ring, leaving Reed alone once again. In the aftermath, as Reed slowly gets to his feet, clutching his ribs, staring at the entrance ramp where his former partner disappeared, the full weight of Paul Heyman's manipulation becomes crystal clear. This wasn't about building stars. This wasn't about creating opportunities. This was about chaos. Heyman saw two men unified, strong, and dangerous, and he couldn't have that. Division is easier to control than unity. Enemies are easier to manipulate than friends. He didn't need them to join him. He just needed them to destroy each other. And they did. Before we close out, I need you to understand something. What happened between Bronson Reed and Braun Breakker is bigger than just one storyline. It's a masterclass in psychological warfare. It's proof that Paul Heyman remains the most dangerous man in professional wrestling, not because of physical power, but because of intellectual dominance. He can end careers without ever throwing a punch. He can destroy legacies with nothing but carefully chosen words planted at exactly the right moment. If you made it this far, thank you. Seriously. Thank you for being part of the SLAMZONE family. This is what we do here. We dig deeper. We analyze. We appreciate the art behind the action. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Smash the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown. Share this video with everyone who needs to understand what really happened on Raw. And drop a comment telling me what you think happens next. Does Reed get revenge? Does Breakker eventually realize he was manipulated? Does Paul Heyman add both of them to his collection of broken warriors? Let's talk about it in the comments. The truth has been revealed. Paul Heyman orchestrated the destruction of brotherhood, and professional wrestling will never be the same. This is SLAMZONE, and we'll see you in the next one.